It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Buffalo Beauties, Brittany Colton, who is in the Buffalo Beauties. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional hockey?
Yeah. So for me, it was a little bit different, I think, than your average player, just because my last year of college, I actually hurt my ankle, and I was playing with an injured ankle the whole time, pretty much the whole season. So I didn't know if I was necessarily going to be able to play physically. And then I started rehabbing it and things. And then and it was always a passion of mine, right? That was the end goal, but obviously, college sports, it's a lot on your body. So I was like, okay, once my ankle was rehabbed, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And then I got in contact with Nate, and who's our GM over in the Buffalo Beauts team, and I really liked him as a person and got to know him pretty well and the coaching staff. And then I was like, you know what, why not? Good people and stuff. So I joined late this year because of my ankle, and they had a girl that left because she had some personal stuff. So I took over her contract, and yeah, loved it ever since.
Can you talk about, of course, your playing experience at Maine University?
Yeah, I can. So my playing experience at Maine was a little bit different. I played 2 years. My first 2 years, I played D, and then my second 2 years, I played forward, which was definitely an adjustment. I've played D for my whole life, pretty much, except for when I was like really young. And it was for the best of the team that I went up and played forward, and I kind of ran with it. I had a summer to really train and stuff. I ran with it. I wasn't anything flashy. I just did my job, and that was pretty much it. I played on a line with Teresa Vanisova, who actually plays for the Pride. She was my center, and another girl, Michelle Weiss, who's from Denmark. I knew my role on the line and stuff, so it ended up working pretty well. But it was a great experience. I love Maine and my teammates and stuff. So
What was your time like playing at Florence Academy?
yeah, my time playing at LA was fun. I The way things kind of work in that league is a lot of the girls that play in it play on club teams as well on the weekends, and then play for their prep schools during the week. So a lot of the girls I was playing with, I either played with the club or played against and stuff. So it was interesting. It was definitely a fun experience. It was the first time I had really had school and hockey connected. So that was a little bit different at first, but I really enjoyed it. And it was actually kind of funny. One of the coaches that taught me how to skate in town ended up being my high school coach, Kevin Potter. So it kind of came full circle there. So
What was your time like at East Coast Wizards?
yeah, my last year before I went to college, I played for the East Coast Wizards. It was definitely a different experience, different coaching style than the previous program that I had been at, Aspen Valley. But I really enjoyed it, and I think it was a good experience for me. Just like I said, the coaching style was different. So obviously, the next year I was going to college, so I was going to have different coaches, and things were going to change. So I think it was a good learning experience and kind of different players and stuff, and it allowed me to grow as a player on the ice and kind of develop.
Speaking about Aspen Valley, what was your time there like?
Yeah, my time at Aspen was interesting. I was there for a while. I was there from probably like 10 years old until I don't know, maybe like 17 or something, or 18. Um, it was interesting. I developed there a lot. Kind of old school, really strict. Um, things were definitely ran a tight boat there, but it really the discipline that came along with that environment definitely really helped me to reach my end goal of playing Division 1 hockey. Like I said, I played with them, but it was definitely old school, tight ship, and you knew your role, and you're going to do it the best of your ability and give your effort the whole time you're there. So
What was going through your head whenever you got signed with the Buffalo Beauties?
yeah, like I said, I didn't know if I was going to be able to play. Like I didn't know if my ankle would allow me to. Um, so it was a really special experience. Kind of realizing, okay, like I'm gonna be able to play. It might not be my ankle might not be perfect, but my body's gonna allow me to, and I'm gonna be able to do that with some of my closest friends. Some of my closest friends are still on the team. uh,
Can you talk?
Carly Jacks together, so it was really D2 play, and then just to be able to do it with great people, right? Like I said, Nate, our GM, and our coaching staff are just I couldn't ask for better people to be surrounded by. So it was really special experience, and I'm really grateful for it.
What was the feeling like whenever you put on the NWHL jersey for the first time?
Yeah, that was an interesting experience. It kind of brought me back to the first time I put on my Maine jersey. I thought it showed the comparison from Maine till then to the Buttes was different. The first time I put on the Maine jersey, I was really, really nervous. I mean, I was 18 years old, really didn't know much and stuff, but excited and really nervous when I first put on my Maine jersey. But then when I put on my Buttes jersey, I was excited. I was grateful to be there. I think it showed a lot of growth as a player and as a person. I still had those nerves a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy like at Maine. But it was a special experience because it's something that I've been working for, my whole life. So
How did it feel to put on that jersey knowing that your main colors are similar to, of course, the Buffalo Beauties colors?
yeah, that's a good question. It's kind of funny. I was talking to Nate, figuring out if the Buttes are where I would want to play, and stuff. He's like, "Hey, we got the baby blue, like, and stuff." And I go, I do like that color and stuff. I think it's cool to kind of keep the trend going. Like I said, I was surrounded with good people up in Maine, so I'm glad that I'm able to keep that going in Buffalo, and keep the colors going a little bit as well.
What is a typical game day like for the Buffalo Beauties for you?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Obviously, it was a little weird with COVID and stuff, but uh, if it was during the week, I would work until you know I don't know, say we played at 7. That means we were leaving for the rink around 4:45. I'd probably work until 3 and stuff, but I would try to get out of the room and um go get some food. We were able to go walk down and get some food. Um just get the blood going a little bit. I would do a little like circuit in the room, just because obviously sitting in a chair all day doing work on my computer isn't going to help me go out and play. And then when it came time to go to the rink, it was just like any other game to me. It was fun. I was joking around with my friends, really just taking in the moment and the experience. But yeah, get to the rink 2 hours before, take my stick, just and take it all in, go out and look at the rink and go play some soccer and stuff. So nothing crazy.
Can you talk about, of course, the transition of, I know that, of course, in the NWHL, the hockey players are not like full hockey players. They do have part-time jobs. Can you talk about that transition?
From like going working during the day and then going to play at night.
Yes.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was obviously a lot because my brain was going on during the day with all the things going on at work and stuff. But I'm really grateful and stuff because my boss actually played college hockey, so he really gets it and he really supports the league and everything. So he gave me a little bit of leniency there and would let me go a little bit early. But I definitely had to, kind of switch that mindset to game mode. But it was natural for me. Um, I kind of similar to college, right? You had home games. You had to go to class until a certain time normally, and then you go and play. But definitely a switch. But for me, it was more of a fun thing because I just love hockey so much. But
What was it like playing in Lake Placid?
yeah, that's a good question. It was interesting. I had never been there before. So obviously I had never played on the ice and just knowing what has gone on in that rink, I thought it was really cool that, we were able to have a bubble there, and really kind of play in such a legacy and a legendary place in hockey. Um, so it was a cool moment, but I just tried to take it all in and stuff.
What are some of your game day rituals that you do before, of course, the Buffalo Beauties game?
Yeah, I've gotten rid of a lot of them as I've gotten older, just because I realized that it would kind of psych me out if one thing didn't go correctly for me. But I always take my stick before the game, um, and I always play soccer. I like to do the same warm up just because it gets my body going. I feel like that allows me to, you know, really. Uh, uh, I don't know. It just this I kind of carry this over from Maine. There was a song in our warm up music down at Maine on Ice that it was this thing where me and a couple of my teammates would literally just stand there and jump. They weren't obviously on the ice with me, but I still did it because it was what I did, and I thought it was kind of cool to bring that with me. And then on ice, another thing that I do is uh, when we're doing some shooting, after I would always jump up into the boards. At Maine, I did it kind of just to mess around and enjoy the moment and get my teammates going and stuff. They always had a good laugh out of it. But for the Buttes, it was more of just a tradition for me, like same kind of thing. Bring a little bit of Maine with me. So
That's
that's
so
pretty much it.
amazing. What are some of your accomplishments with the Buffalo Beauts?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think accomplishment that for the Buttes is, being on the team, right? It's not necessarily easy to do, especially like you said, a lot of us do work full-time jobs. So it's a big commitment to do on top of that. So just being there and stuff. And then I really try to, bring positive energy to the team and, push my teammates on the ice as well. And in my closing meeting with our GM this year, he really noticed it. So I knew that was, I accomplished that. So that's something I want to continue to do. So I'd consider that an accomplishment for sure.
What are some of your future plans of playing hockey? moving forward?
That's a good question. I plan on playing for the Beauts as long as they'll take me and stuff. And then after that, I'll probably just play until my body won't let me for sure. But after that, I like to coach now. I kind of do it for fun on the side, but probably get into coaching more once I can't play.
What advice would you give upcoming college hockey players looking to make it into the professionals?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the biggest thing is to really just, I'm a big believer in like taking in the moment and stuff, because even, at the college level, it's really hard to get to that level. So, and then taking that next step, it's even harder, right? So just enjoy the moment and know that you're there for a reason, right? Like you made it to the college level for a reason. A lot of girls can't make it that far. So just really believing in yourself and your abilities. I think it's it's easy rather, to lose perspective in that, because, the level of play is obviously really high and everyone is, best of the best from where they come from. So it's easy to kind of lose track of, okay, like I'm pretty good at this game. I'm above average and stuff. So I think just believing in yourself and knowing that you're there for a reason.
What advice would you give upcoming professional athletes that are looking to play women's hockey?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think probably the same thing, right? Same kind of concept is, you made it to, you know, NCAA, which isn't easy. Going through that process, 4 years of college hockey, it's a lot mentally, physically. It's really time consuming. It's literally like a job. So knowing that, you have the ability to do that and you played there, just believing that, you're good enough, and putting in that effort on and off the ice to, take that next step.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Brittany_Colton. And then on Twitter, it's B Colts with a Z. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you again, Brittany Colton, for your interview, and best of luck with the Buffalo Beauts in this upcoming year.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Brittany, for your interview, and best of luck.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.